What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. So I hope you all are enjoying your 4th of July weekend, as today's July 4th, start of the holiday weekend, midsummer holiday weekend. And today we're going to come with a couple of videos today. My first one today I'm going to do on is a beef that seems to have re-entered the attention of hip hop listeners now because of a new song from Benny the Butcher, Position of Power. So the beef between this is referencing the beef between Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher. There's been an ongoing beef for the last, I'll say 4 or 5 years or so. I say 4 years. So um, this I'm gonna give you my take on the song and the actual bar itself, which actually is a rebuttal to an unreleased song that is on Freddie Gibbs' YouTube page, Two Twos, which I actually think may have been a little bit harder than what Benny said. I want to react to his bars, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a video that kind of breaks down the beef overall and really kind of shows the points as to really what is the point of the beef, because the beef is, for lack of a better word, petty. But these two really are the two kings of street rap right now. You know what I mean? And have been for the last 4 or 5 years as far as street rappers are concerned. So we're gonna go and take a look at this video, um, and we'll go ahead and I guess break down really where this beef stands, and if you think the bar is really a mean shot or not. I don't think it's really much ado about nothing now that I think about it, but we'll break it down and we'll see what's your opinion on the beef overall. Is it silly or does it really have legs to it? This is courtesy of Charles Brown. So let's get started with this. Hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and get my screen share up. Okay, so
Yeah, Michael Jackson used to beat my dirty ass in talent.
courtesy of Charles Brown.
Hello, my friend. Are you considering distributing with DistroKid because you've heard about them on social media?
Benny the Butcher is swinging at Freddie Gibbs again.
Rumors back home that we took some jewels, some shit that I don't need cost to be on my chain. All my big homies so we the cocaine. Harriet Tubman gave freedom to slaves. Now up it's me, Benny the Butcher, the reason these rappers can't eat in this lane.
Now I'm gonna have some things to say about that. About Benny the Butcher basically saying rappers can't eat in this lane. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, if you ask me, because even the guy that he's battling with, Freddie Gibbs, streams more than he does. You know what I mean? Freddie Gibbs has been on more notable songs with notable stars than he has. Freddie Gibbs is on the song Mutt remix, or the actual song Mutt from, I believe his name is what's his name? Charles Thomas. Let me go look that guy up. But in the meantime, he's on that Mutt remix, which is one of the hottest songs in R&B right now. You know what I mean? And Freddie the Gibbs also did Leon Thomas. That's the guy's name. So, he's on the Leon Thomas song Mutt, which is one of the hottest songs in R&B with one of the rising stars in R&B. And he was on Kanye West's Vultures 1 last year. You know what I mean? On a notable single as well. So Freddie has always made his way outside of the street lane. You know what I mean? But as far as street rap is concerned, I don't think Benny Butcher's catalog matches up. with Freddie Gibbs. I mean, we'll get to that later. But as far as, you know, rappers can't eat as long as he's in the lane. Come on, man. Like, I think that's a reach. I mean, even your own label mate on Griselda is rumored to be better than you and Conway the Machine. Not to mention, 38 Special, who's the hottest guy rising in the street rap lane from last year. You know what I mean? He's not fucking with the vets like Jada Kiss or Styles P. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as rappers can't eat in his lane, that's a little bit of a reach. Even though, Benny, you are very talented and one of the best out there. But I think that's a bit of a reach. But let's really get this video going and let's talk about it.
What up? Where's your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to COBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, these guys, I like both of these guys, man. I don't know why this thing is still going on. I thought they had got this out of their system. I thought the whole beef, quote unquote, was over, but nah, they still throwing subs. Benny came back dissing Freddie. I thought Freddie had really pretty much laughed this thing off when he got caught out there in he went to Buffalo, right? And he was eating dinner somewhere, and Conway sent some goons over there to just tap him on the cheek, touch him up, right? Snatch a couple chains off of him, just light stuff. Don't do nothing too crazy to him. And Freddie was back on Instagram with a whole new set of chains. He's trying to hide his eye, but he looked unscathed, right? And we all know what happened. They say it happened, but Freddie said, man, they ain't touched me, da-da-da, which he got a reputation to uphold. It's Freddie. Freddie's funny, gang. Like, listen, we all know Freddie is a character, and Freddie fans anyway, we appreciate that character. We know that a lot of this is put on for our entertainment, and I just hope the guy never goes too far with it. I never understood why he dissed Benny in the first place. They make good music together. I think Freddie just wakes up, man, just like, you know how you got them two little emoticons. One of them is an angel, one of them is that purple devil with the two horns. I think that purple devil comes out too much, and Freddie just wakes up. That purple devil's like, hey, gang, let's do something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, pass me that.
Now, I do agree with that. I do think Freddie Gibbs is, even though he's one of the most talented rappers of the generation, I do think he goes too far with the trolling. And he's referencing, like, kind of how this started is that, you know, Freddie made some comments on Twitter about, you know, Benny getting shot down in Houston, which I don't think that's something to joke about. I do think he was wrong there. You know what I mean? And that kind of ignited the beef in a way. And, you know, we'll go back and forth as to, like, the events that happened in this beef. And Freddie did get jumped when he went to Buffalo doing the show up there. He got jumped in Buffalo in his hood or what have you, you know, and Freddie came out only and said, yeah, I ate it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, Freddie kept pushing, and he keeps pushing with a phenomenal catalog and phenomenal music. And for whatever reason, people never really talk about it much. People never really talk about Freddie's known for his online trolling. I mean, battles with DJ Academics. He made some comments about J. Cole recently, which I did a video on. Go check that out on Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. But at the same time, you know, that doesn't take away from how great this man's catalog and his versatility in music is. But we'll go on with the beef and what's going on here.
Bottle, let's do something. Like, and Freddie just lets that purple devil, because I never understood why he dissed Benny in the first place off the rip in the very beginning when he kind of like.
If you're a man, then you've probably heard multiple versions of the following sayings throughout your entire life.
Kind of poked him a little bit when he got robbed, and he kind of like, yo, to my real G's, to my real N-words down and wherever. And it's like, gang, why? Y'all niggas, y'all made more than one record together. Everybody likes your chemistry.
And
I think Freddie just
too,
like,
and to speak to that too, his last album, You Only Die Once, kind of speaks to that. because Freddie, that whole album is Freddie's conscious of being good and being a gangster, and he actually has the devil in the videos, and the devil as a character on the album. That kind of is who Freddie is. You know what I mean? He is part troll, you know what I mean? Part, talented MC and stand up G, you know what I mean? Stand up dude, but he does have troll in him, you know what I mean? That he has a bad side, you know what I mean? And I think as a troll, that gets the best of him. And he's breaking down now about, what we talked about him getting shot, which I do think that was kind of a low blow, a little bit from Freddie Gibbs, but we'll talk
to be the only rooster in the hen house sometime, and he just got to poke the bear. Some dudes laugh at all, like Wale and different people. They laugh and they crack back on him. But Benny, I don't think Benny got a sense of humor. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. It wasn't even really funny, but it could have been something settled. The whole Griselda's mad. Like the whole Griselda wanted Freddie, but it felt like something that could have been settled behind the scenes. And still, he did. I mean, you don't play with that. Like the nigga almost lost his life. Right, so I get it, but I don't think Benny got a sense of humor. Right, you can tell how he clapped back on Freddie. He wasn't trying to be funny. He's dead ass like this nigga is stoic, gang. Like I guess you know what I'm saying. If you a fucking kingpin or something, like the drug dealer, like you gotta be stoic. And I know a lot of drug dealers. I've been out in the streets for a long time. Some of them still can have a sense of humor. Some of them got the most darkest sense of humor ever. So I never really see Benny like finding too much shit funny. So I don't think he gets Freddie. I don't think he gets it, and I think. Maybe the joke may have been just a joke to Freddie, but Benny didn't find that shit funny whatsoever. And here we are back again. They had whole diss exchanges, and this dude went and got his girlfriend and everything. And Freddie got a lot of dirt out there that you could just make fun of him for hours, but nothing sticks because he doesn't take nothing serious. So they caught Jim Jones caught him down in Florida in the steakhouse, right? He took his L's, laughed it off. Went and started doing some acting and this and that. He just whatever made another record. Freddie gonna give you fire records. The records.
No, that is true. You know what I mean? So just a reference what went on. Jim Jones Jim Jones, who's been in the news of late, of course he quote thinks he's better than Nas, to laugh that off. But at the same time, Jim Jones and his crew did jump him down in Florida. Down in Miami, I think it is. At the same time, people that kind of just went by the wayside. People just kept it moving with him. And also, what he's referencing to is Benny the Butcher linked up with his baby moms, who is a porn star, by the way, or was a porn star. Like, just a reference, though, it's not like there aren't any other rappers, or musical artists out there that have babies with porn stars, and you know who I'm talking about, obviously, but, Benny tried to do that kind of as a petty move, you know what I mean, to get back at Gibbs, who it seems Benny has more negative energy for Freddie, because of that one comment. But I'm just going to put this out there, and this is just my opinion about the whole, I effed your baby moms, and, rappers that mess with other rappers' baby moms after they're done with them or through with them, because clearly Freddie Gibbs didn't want anything to do with that woman, and what I think it is I'd say 90 to 95% of the women that these rappers deal with are 304 groupie, 304 type women. They're groupies for all intents and purposes. So they all shared women. They all share them. It just happened that Freddie Gibbs had a baby with his woman. And they all have babies with all of these shared women. I mean, look at Travis Scott, for example. You know what I mean? And that's a high profile shared woman in Kylie Jenner. But to get to my point, I don't think it's a flex because you slept with another man's baby mom after you done with them and you're not dealing with them no more. It's kind of almost makes you look weak, because in Benny's case, why are you chasing down to be second to that man? You know what I mean? And you're chasing down a porn star, dude. Like, it's not even like you chasing down, or you trying to get a quality woman. I could see it if it's like a deal where, oh, maybe the chick rejected Freddie or whatever and moved on to another higher man, and you getting something that Freddie didn't, but he already been had that. So to me, I think that's kind of a weak flex to say, oh, well, I effed your baby mom, when your baby mom was a known 304 and he wasn't going to be with her to begin with. Not to saying that's right or wrong, given that they have a child together, but at the same time, I think that's kind of a weak move. But petty equals petty, because it was a petty comment that, you know, Freddie said about him be getting shot, which is below the belt. So if you want to say two wrongs don't make it right, or what have you, so be it. But let's keep it going.
Let's go. Out of all of these niggas, I'm just gonna be honest. Freddie make better music than the whole Griselda. And I fuck with Griselda, but Freddie just my guy. He just makes really good music. But end of the day, you can't pin nothing on him. He's gonna laugh it off. So Jimmy caught him down there in Florida. Then Conway and them caught him up there. He went to Buffalo at some damn, I don't know what kind of house that was, shrimp and grits house. I don't know what he was eating, but he caught him there, snatched him and his girl chains off, right? Now the girl mad at him. Let me read this, because here we go. I thought this was over, but Benny the Butcher disses Freddie Gibbs with a fiery new song, Position of Power. Benny the Butcher's new song comes out. The Freddie Gibbs called him out on his own track, The Big Two, back in March. And I heard that Big Two. I didn't even process that he was dissing Benny. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, and that Big Two record, just to put it out, really was the really what sparked this. So Big Two came out, I want to say like March or so, and this is a record that's on Freddie's YouTube channel. Definitely check that song out. Song's fire over this over the old SWV beat from the 90s. Song's fire, and he did diss him on there. He took a little shot at J. Cole on that too. You know what I mean? But he did have some bars talking about calling him a crackhead, referencing the baby mama incident or what have you. So it's just get back for what you know, Benny did with the baby mama incident, seeing his baby mom. So this is more, this track that he's referencing now is more of a rebuttal to that. You know what I mean? Which we played in the beginning of the piece.
Because a lot of y'all way more into who dissing who on these records. I just listen to the rhymes, the lyrics, and do I like it? And that was, he didn't even release it. He just threw that shit like on Instagram, right? On Twitter. I listened to it. I was like, okay, and moved on. I'm not one of these guys that really get into songs. You just throw them on Instagram and you just throw them on Twitter. It's up there. It is what I don't put too much stock into it.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Wix.
It's not in my collection. My collection is like, if I can go on your shit on streaming services, lock it in and put it in my library, that's what I'm listening to.
And I agree with that too. Like, I'm like that. Like, I like seeing the Instagram clips and you know, to get ready and get hyped up for a song or whatever. But unless it's on my Spotify, you know, and I could stream it and add it to my list, I really don't pay much attention to it until it's like an official single, even though some of Freddie's good stuff is unreleased, like that Big Two record. Like, I kind of wish it was on Spotify, but unfortunately it's not. But I'm the same way with that.
I don't really listen to music on Instagram. It don't matter who it is. I'll go listen to it once. I'm not going to keep going back to Instagram and listen to your whole shit over and over, right? Even K-Dot, I'm like, Let the Party Die is a dope-ass record. That's my shit. But I'm not going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just going on Instagram to hear the shit over and over. Like, so that's just me. I'm not going to do that. Once you release it, then you got me. I'm going to play it on repeat. That it is what it is, right? And I play Freddie shit, for better or worse, I play Freddie shit on repeat. That is what it is. But the Big Two, he released that back in March. Benny the Butcher dissed Freddie Gibbs on his new collaboration with Austin Sauer. And Reign 9-10, songs called Position of Power, continuing a years-long feud between the two rappers. The release comes as Gibbs called out Benny on his own recent single, The Big Two, and he was also targeting J. Cole and JPEG Mafia as well. So Freddie, like I said, that little purple demon, that little emoticon, he gets in his ear gang. You're like, yo, Freddie, let's fuck it up. Like, what we doing? You bullshitting. Like, nigga, finish that oatmeal. Let's fucking go. So I think he just, for no reason, gang, it'd be like.
But see, this is what I don't kind of agree with him on. It was for a reason. It was a rebuttal to Benny the Butcher. It was to his troll antics with the baby mom, because he specifically referenced that. Now, the J. Cole line, that's a little bit of troll. We talked about that. But at the same time, with the J. Cole line, he was speaking his mind about, you know, basically J. Cole tucking his tail and running out of the battle. So I'm with Freddie Gibbs on that. Was that so-called necessary? Maybe not. People took it as he was trying to troll J. Cole into a battle. We also have a video on that. Check that out on Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. But I mean, that's kind of a fine line, because it's like, all right, people are saying here comes the clout chasing, infamous clout chasing line or whatever. But I don't think that him speaking his mind on J. Cole is clout chasing per se, because Freddie Gibbs speaks his mind online about everybody. He trolls everybody. You know what I mean? So he's just speaking his mind on the situation. He spoke his mind on the Drake versus Kendrick when it happened. That doesn't mean he was trying to troll Kendrick Lamar and Drake into a beef, you know? So I don't know if he's saying I don't want to see, like he's saying, I don't want to see Freddie do that. That's him being, I look at it more now that's Freddie being Freddie on the J. Cole thing. And obviously with Benny the Butcher, that was a rebuttal to his antics with his baby's mother. So let's keep it moving.
Like you be just on Twitter and you just scroll out a nigga just dissing academics for no. I'm like, nigga, like what the fuck? Like what? Why you doing this? So it just don't make no sense. I don't understand it, right?
And the academics thing, come on, that's been going back and forth for years. And truth be told, academics deserve to get trolled, even though it kind of does make him bigger, because I think a lot of academics' fan base are people who are anti-traditional hip hop, and they want to go against people that are a certain type of age group and a certain type of hip hop listener. But that's kind of besides the point. But anyway, man, that academics thing, you got to do your research on that. That's been going back for years, and Freddie deserves to go say whatever he's got to say about him. A lot of people need to troll academics.
Just random shit, just woke up and felt like it, right? Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs have been feuding since 2021. At the time, Gibbs made a joke about Benny getting shot in the leg during a robbery attempt. How's that a joke, gang? Like, it's that purple emoticon, gang. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
Benny previously confirmed that he has no interest in burying a hatchet with Gibbs during an appearance on the Breakfast Club. I tell you, this nigga ain't got no sense of humor, gang. It ain't nothing funny to this nigga, gang. Back in 2024, it's caught by Complex. Hell no, he said at the time. It is. And that's just it. I really don't have no problem with him. He never done nothing to me in life. I have no problem with him. It's just that I would be goofy, and the people I make music for would look at me goofy if I start standing next to him again. That's true. It'd be like Lil Jamar going back on Vlad TV, low-key, after y'all had all this back and forth. In November of last year, Benny was spotted hanging out with Gibbs' ex-girlfriend, Destiny Fox.
Guess which student has a better chance of getting into an Ivy League school? First, take a look at Zach. He's valued.
Quote, I'll tell you why. I almost cracked up laughing, but I gave her a chain back. Don't say that. Don't say that. Benny, what the hell, gang? I gave her chain back. That's the homegirl. I'm really a nice guy. I gave her her chain back. So you still had it. I told you they caught him in a steakhouse or a seafood restaurant or something. They caught an Italian spot. They caught Freddie at some Italian spot. He went to Buffalo thinking it was sweet. Let's just be honest. He thought these niggas was playing. They wasn't going to run up there. He probably was in the Upper East Side of town. He probably was probably downtown in a nice affluent neighborhood. Probably was a business district or something. So everything was good. Now they sent them niggas down there probably 10 deep. However, I don't know who they sent, but they made one text and they said, "Yeah, yo, go. I need y'all to go make a run." Yeah. Go pick up something. So they caught him in the Texas, and I mean, look, whatever kind of steakhouse whatever he was in, or seafood restaurant or Italian, and they got his girl chain and his. She said Freddie was like, Freddie, let them take my chain. Like, she was mad, bro. But I mean, he outnumbered. Right? Didn't he go grab a steak knife or something? He did one of them robberies. They got Freddie twice and nobody cares. Freddie's the only nigga that could get you. They caught Freddie eating twice. Gang. They caught him eating twice. Nobody cares. The nigga did a tour last year. I almost went. I was going to go to the show that night. I just didn't go. He came to my town. Nigga was like 5 minutes from me. I could have went to see it. I didn't. Freddie went on tour again. Like, it's like nobody cares. The crowd still came out. They reciting word for word. Nobody cares. So it's just like.
And that's the thing. That just shows how loyal his fan base is. And I think what it is with Freddie is that the people that listen to Freddie Gibbs care about hip hop. They care about the music, the art form of it. You know, they are more like the traditional hip hop fans, more the over 30 hip hop fans that really make up most of Kendrick Lamar's fan base. So a lot of the extra shit, like getting jumped or getting robbed or whatever, and you know, the stuff messing with baby moms, all of the gossip stuff, they really don't care about. You know what I mean? They respect his music. They respect him as a man. And Freddie comes outside of like doing trolling. He comes off as a stand-up guy. So I think people care more about that more so than, oh yeah, he got jumped by. And another thing with that incident, I mean, you could say what you want to say about it. For Benny to go ahead and send dudes down there, and I'm gonna send 10 people to go jump you and do it for me and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of lame on his part too. You know what I mean? That's kind of a lame. I mean, I get it if they were in the same place and he's seen him and they had their crews and then shit went off. Okay, I get that. But it's like, oh, I'm going to send people to come get you. You know what I mean? That kind of shows me you were kind of watching his moves to plot on the dude just because. You know what I mean? And, well, I'll get to the beef in a minute about that. Because if you ask me, if it came up with a straight out, you know, diss song for diss song, I don't think Benny the Butcher can handle Freddie Gibbs. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
This nigga Benny still got the chain. He got the chain in his pocket, just handed it to the girl. Like, this is wild shit. I've never heard no shit like this in my life. Let me keep this moving. Benny was spotted hanging out. He said, I almost cracked up laughing, but I gave her a chain back. That's the homegirl. Benny seemed humble, man. I'm just going to be honest. Benny do seem like a nice guy, but you shouldn't be telling nobody you had this girl's chain. That means you're an accessory to, like, this robbery, and that they took this girl's chain. Like, that's kind of low-key illegal. I don't know if that's, like, a thing that you supposed to be doing, admitting to, that you had her chain in the first place. You procured stolen property, gang. I'm just going to be honest. But, man, listen, man, this shit's over with, and I think that
begin your student's journey at George Washington University Online High School. Now enrolling for grades 8 through 12.
They're going to throw little jabs to the end of time. Like, he got to stand on business and just hold his head up and show his people that, listen, I don't rock with this dude. So every time he disses me, it ain't out of control. It ain't no 50 Cent Ja Rule, right? It ain't no, we caught him in the studio, da-da-da. Because Benny wasn't at the steakhouse or whatever they caught him at.
Yeah.
So he never really saw him face to face anyway. Freddie, no harm, no foul. He dropped another album after that. Damn near, you know what I'm saying? Dropped another damn near classic, gang. I'm just going to be honest. I know some of y'all don't fuck with Freddie shit. It is what it is. But I like Freddie music regardless. And I heard Alfredo 2, Alchemist. They working on Alfredo 2. I'll be listening to that. It is what it is. I rock with both these guys, and it's a shame they can't do no more collabs. And I also think, I'm being honest, the last thing about this Benny and Freddie thing, I think Freddie got a little tired of being in that box, right? It's almost like them the type of niggas that Freddie could only do records with was cocaine rap type niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a lot to it than just the Purple Devil and Motorcon. I think he also wanted to separate himself, so he just blew the whole thing up. And it just, I don't know why, but he knows why. He just felt away. He just wanted to blow the whole relationship up. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. CLBMG.
All right, so I'll stop it there. And there are a couple of things I want to respond to that regarding shout out to Charles on that one. So you can see his link in my comment section if you want to check out more of his videos. Anyway, back to it. A couple of things. A couple of points he made up. One, I mean, artist for artist, catalog for catalog, who's better. Two, if they were to do an all-out beef and do really a record for record, which I don't think it's going to go record for record, you know what I mean? And three, Freddie trying to go out and be more versatile outside of just the street rap lane. And I thought there were some three very important points. I'm just going to put it to you like this. Catalog for catalog, album for album, Benny the Butcher can't fuck with Freddie Gibbs. He just can't. Benny the Butcher, to me, makes somewhat the same type of album over and over again. He a lightweight Pusha T, in my opinion, man. A lightweight Pusha T in the end of the day, even though he's one of the best street rap rappers in the game. But them and the Griselda team, really, they had their buzz bringing that boom bap vibe back to hip hop in the late 2010s, early 2020s around COVID time. And I think they built an excellent brand. You know what I mean? Almost as like a 2020s version of the Wu. But truth be told, I think their lusters kind of wore off. Their luster wore off a little bit. I think the other street rappers out here that are pretty more interesting. I think lyrically wise, rappers like Ransom are better than him. I think Ransom are better than him. Dudes like 38 Special and him and 38 Special, their album was pretty good last year. But 38 Special's on the rise now. You know what I mean? I do think, like he's not in the class of a Jadakiss, a Pusha T, the classic street rappers. You know what I mean? Like from the 2000s, 2090s or what have you, those guys. But I think Benny the Butcher is fire. I think right now, over the last 5 years, it was really Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher as far as the artist. But I mean, Freddie Gibbs, how many classics he got? Pinata, Bandana, Alfredo. You know what I mean? This guy's catalog is impeccable. I think there was a meme or a post that's been floating around the internet and been going viral about Freddie Gibbs has a top 10 catalog all time in hip hop. Prove him wrong. Now, I think top 10 is a bit of a stretch, but what I will say is that his catalog definitely deserves to be in consideration. I don't know about top 10, but it's one of the best. It's definitely one of the best catalogs of his generation. It's definitely of the leaders in the new school, and that means the artists he came in with like J. Cole, Meek Mill, of course, Kendrick, Drake, Big Sean, Joey Badass, that crew. I think he has the second best catalog next to Kendrick Lamar. I will say that. I don't think anybody in his peer category, his rap peer category, can fuck with that. I will go on record as saying, me personally, I'll listen to Freddie Gibbs' catalog over Kendrick Lamar's just out of preference, because that's the type of records I like. I like street rap. I like street stories. And I think as an artist, he's gotten more introspective. You know what I mean? He's more versatile as an artist, more versatile flows, more versatile stories, concept records. As far as just the hard, gritty street shit, he could do way more than Benny the Butcher. So I don't think that's really a comparison that's worthy. in these days. You know what I mean? I mean, Benny the Butcher. I mean, has what is it? Tana Talk. I think it was Tana Talk 2. Was it? Yeah, Tana Talk 2. Tana Talk 4 was dope. The Plugs I Met was dope. But outside of maybe Tana Talk 2, I don't know of a Stone Cold classic he has. You know what I mean? But Benny the Butcher's got a hard catalog nonetheless, and he's done fire albums with Hit Boy and Alchemist. As far as the all out, song for song diss records, I don't think Benny the Butcher is gonna last with Freddie Gibbs. I think Freddie Gibbs, remember, on Pinata, he took out Jeezy with one verse, really, and Jeezy ain't responded to that yet. Jeezy ain't came at him and had nothing to say for that yet. And eventually they end up piecing it up, from what I understand. They eventually piecing it up as mature men, a couple of years ago or something like that. But yeah, I mean, when you've got a legend like Jeezy on your mantelpiece, as far as the battles are concerned, the man knows what he's doing. And if he really wants to get into it, he's just trading bars here and there. It's playtime for him. But if he really wants to get busy and get serious with it, I think he could smash Benny the Butcher. I don't think that's going to be a thing. It would be a good battle, but I still think Freddie Gibbs will come out on top on that. And as far as what Charles was saying about him being more versatile and trying to go into other lanes, I see that. Doing the records with Kanye West, doing more R&B soul records, with Leon Thomas. I think he doesn't want to be just known as the street coke rapper. He wants to get out of that street lane and go and doing more versatile raps. Like, I really like his last album, You Only Die Once, because it was street rap, but it's more maturity in street rap. That's more of an album a Nas would make, or somebody who's a boss in the game would make. You know what I mean? So I really fuck with that. And I do think he's far more versatile, could do more. Like, Freddie could do trap, Freddie could do drill. Like, he could do so much more. Now, bar for bar, his punches aren't what Benny the Butcher's are. His punchlines aren't as good, but he makes up for it with just his realism in his rhymes. You know what I mean? And just being able to, visualize what he's saying and what he's telling you, and just the reality and the energy and his flows. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a battle that may never end. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Kendrick and Drake of modern day street rap era. You know what I mean? But to me, I don't think Benny's on Freddie Gibbs' level. That's just my opinion. I think Freddie is the better overall artist. As far as the better punchline rapper, probably is Benny the Butcher. But I think now they're better punchline rappers than him. The guys that are coming up that are kind of taking his shine. I mean, Ransom's better than him. You know what I mean? 38 Special, even though I don't agree just yet, I still will take him, Benny the Butcher, over 38 Special. But 38 Special is getting that attention now. And people still say Conway is better than Benny the Butcher. That's kind of like a Styles versus Jadakiss, Ghostface versus Raekwon debate, if you know what I mean. But it's debatable. It's not undisputed. But to me, what's undisputed, I do think that Freddie Gibbs is better than Benny the Butcher. And if they were to do an all-out battle song for song, I'll put my money behind Freddie Gibbs on that one. But tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the battle. Is it kind of petty? Are you tired of it? Should they just maybe piece it up and get back to making music together? Is it not mendable? What did you think about the bars on Benny the Butcher's new track? You know what I mean? I don't think it's that big. You know what I mean? And I definitely don't think other street rappers can eat in his lane when other street rappers, i.e. Freddie Gibbs, are streaming better and eating better than you, bro. He's doing more shows. I mean, the facts are in the pudding right there. I mean, the proof is in the pudding per se. So anyway, enjoy your 4th of July holiday. I'll be getting back to you hopefully with another video later today, and I'll catch up with y'all. All right, peace.